Hey guys, this is GamerCal. Welcome back to the Genius of Savros Weekend Edition. So last time we had our cursory tour through the Palace of the Earth Spirits. We didn't do many fights, so we had one with a rather annoying bird. And yeah, this time we're basically going to finish off the exploration of this place. And essentially, hopefully end up fighting the other dude that I need to fight, and maybe we'll just get lucky and not have to do too many fights. So, with that all said, let's just proceed along. So we've been into this bit before. I haven't done any extra fights since the last time, so all the enemies are still kind of flying around being their usual jerky selves. And you know what? That is fine. So I'm trying to remember if there's another place up here that I need to show, because if there is, then I should really do that before I forget. But I don't think there is. I think it is all just downstairs stuff at this point, which seems a bit odd when you think about it, but that is what the game has decided, I suppose. So yeah, it's should just be this stuff down here. But this stuff down here is pretty significant, so do not discount it. There's a lot going on here. So we need to find our way around this area. There's a silver key, which is one of the two that we need. And essentially it's just looking for all the places that we can go. You can see we can't actually go down here as much as you would like to hope that you could. So yeah, nothing in here, but we can go this way round and make our way down to this, which will open up the door at the base. And you might think, well, where does that door go then, considering we've obviously gone through this already, so where else could we even go? Also, that's the box that we've already had before. So yeah, where else could we go in an area like this? Well, since we can't make it through here, that may give some sort of indication that we actually go through the walls, which is really kind of weird, but you know, we go around and that takes us to here for the silver key. So that is one of the two, but we also need a gold key too, so we're definitely not done with this area. Is there a box? It would have been a really annoying place to hide a box, considering... yeah, that was always going to happen. Well, I guess we can fight these guys anyway. I think yin-yang orbs are actually immune to light, so that's kind of a thing. I don't remember if they have any specific weakness, so I'm just going to try a couple of attacks. I don't think water was one actually that they could be weak to, but whatever. No. They also have good magic defense, but again, they don't have a lot of HP, so... And this fight is pretty much unavoidable. I don't really want to fight that. I'm afraid that is very tricky. We could deal with it, but it's not an easy fight, and yeah, I don't really want to bother doing stuff like that at the moment. So, there's a lot of places in here that we have yet to explore. If we go all the way along here, we'll find there's absolutely nothing, except for a Gobi, so we do have a new enemy to fight. This thing does have Slayer against Arc Wounds, which is what this is, so this enemy might not last very long, but oh well. We're going to raise physical attack here, I think. And you know what, let's just blast it with Magic Missile. May as well, and I think fire is the weakness of the Gobi, so just in case it doesn't die to Sakia. Yeah, it does a lot of damage with Fang Crush though, because it basically just killed poor Reimu in one hit. Oh no, they're actually resistant to fire. So I guess it's water that they're weak to? It's kind of weird, but okay. Yeah, that's just a thing. We did get the drop from the other dudes though. Oh, it's not even water. There is a version of them later in post-game, I think, that's fire weak. But whatever. We got Sponge Armor! Heck yeah. Sponge Armor is actually pretty nice. So it's a heavy armor, and essentially it just increases your defense even further. So 61 defense for Sakura at this point. Also has resistance to strike, as you would expect from a sponge, I guess. Although I don't think a sponge would block an axe hit, to be honest, but whatever, it's resistant to that, so yeah. If you go down here, then you can actually make your way to this box, which has the Bracelet of Insight. Very good item for your magician types, so we're just going to put that onto Marissa, and basically get 10 extra magic attack. And that is very powerful. I think that's worth more than 10 physical attack would be, to be honest. It's a very, very strong increase for such a simple thing. I tried to get around it, but whatever. We fought these before, so no need to stress ourselves. I think the spider actually does drop something somewhat useful, but we'll take care of it later. For now, we're just more interested in getting around these areas. So you can't get anywhere going that way, but there is the gold key that you need there. Pretty easy to access. And then if you go up and hopefully lure the bird away. Don't think I'm gonna get a chance to lure it again, but basically there's nothing up here. So on dead end, we did actually get to lure it. That's quite nice. If we go this way, you can see there's again nothing there. And going up this one, you can get spare parts for Notori's crafting specific stuff. So that's good. I am not fighting that stupid bird. We've shown off the bird. We see what it does. It hurts like a bitch. And I do not want to deal with your shenanigans, good sir. With your freaking red scarf and your pink feather thing at the top. I don't know. They're annoying. I don't like those birds. So you can also go this way, which leads again to absolutely nothing. It's kind of annoying. And you can go here, which once again leads to nothing. Heck yeah. Going up this way, you can't actually reach the chest in here, but you can see that bird just came out the wall, so we're going to be going to the side to reach that chest. And that side is actually from here. So yeah. Vampire's Wing, very nice item to have. It's Bromelia's item, blocks charm. So pretty good. And yeah, like I said, that bird just came out of the wall. I'm just gonna kill this fight, I think, because I have Slayer against the back two here, so it shouldn't take very long. And that is pretty much all that's needed, is to just blitz this fight. So it's just Buffer Cell, Stardust Missile on front. And hopefully... Ooh, we actually got Synthesis item and take a shot because Apache died. Also, Ultimate Division missed the bottom row. Failed me, Sakura. Whatever. Oh, 2 Synthesis items, very nice. So that is a pretty mirror and iron. So shield and sword stuff, which is really good. So, with that said, we can go ahead and finish this area off by going up here. And this will be our way out. So, good stuff. We have our healing circle and we have Satori up ahead. But of course we are not done with this area, because we do have a silver key still to get. Because there are 2 chests that we need to unlock. We only have 1 silver key. So now we do actually need to go back and find the other one. I think it's in the RuneScape over here, and this is the enemy I was most afraid of. So, Mind Flayers. If anybody's played Final Fantasy, I believe that's where these guys are from, and they are jerks. They have instant death on their vanilla physicals, which only do 1 damage, but they can instant kill you, and their Mind Blast attack is a party-wide mystic spell that will induce paralysis. Paralysis being the permanent status condition that until it wears off, you cannot move at all. These guys can paralyze your entire party except for the one who's got the ghost cat tail on, and that really sucks. Thankfully they've lined themselves up quite nicely, but they're also pretty resistant to magic, so yeah, that's the thing. Sunrise resistance buff is pretty much mandatory to fight these guys. So yeah, we're just gonna hit them with as much power as I can here. This isn't... I mean, later versions of these guys are weak to more stuff. In fact, they're actually weak to electric, so I probably should have used that. But you can see, any one of those attacks could have paralyzed me. And that would have been really bad. Saki is pretty good against them for the most part, but yeah, use electricity against these guys, and stab attacks if you have them, because that's what their weaknesses are. There is an item they drop that I would kind of like, but we might get that later. Anyway, some more levels. We have Saki leveled up, Marissa's leveled up, and Heaven Crack is the final field skill for Patchouli to use, to focus on one element there. So that's good. At least we got to show Royal Flower off as well, that's always nice. So, this place. There is that box which we never got before, so I think there is another way in here. I need to remember how this works. I'm pretty sure it's not from this room, so we need to go further in and avoid having the encounters. Yeah, there's no other way through there, so we have to go this way around and make our way back down. So that's fine. There is actually a whole section we didn't explore in this room. This is a room I was kind of looking for, like half-heartedly, but there's another box down there as well, but we'll go this way first so that we can get the chest that's in here. Also, there's a silver key, but that was kind of a trap, and well, that just means we have to do a quick fight. I mean, I should really just run from these guys because we've not fought them, like we've fought them before, but honestly this fight's really easy, so I just want to deal with it, I guess. Gets the enemy out of the way, and yeah, they just die in a couple of hits anyway, so doesn't make a difference. If I can kill a fight in one turn without too much setup, then I will do so. Anyway, there is Sun Tzu's Art of War, which is a physical element crafting material. So it's the physical version of the elemental sphere, basically. It's a pretty rare item, and you won't be using too many of them until later on in the game, but they are pretty valuable if you can find them, so yeah. Anyhow, there's absolutely nothing here. We just have to lure the bird away, and we can hopefully get down, and I think this is just about the end of the exploration for this place. Probably a little bit lopsided in how I did this in the end, but oh well. That is how it goes. I'm probably going to tack the grindy stuff on at the end of this this part as a result, but although maybe not, because I'm looking at the file size, and the file size is pretty reasonable for this, so maybe it's not as short as I think. Anyway, there is another box to get, so we shall go ahead and get that, and then we need to go get the silver chests. So yeah, water cat armor. So we had the fire rat armor before, now we have the water cat armor. So a bit more defense and resistant to water instead of fire. It also has an extra magic defense, but one magic defense isn't usually going to make too much of a difference. I hope that enemy is not still following, and it is not. Okay, that's good. Is there anything else to do in here? There's another box. Must get that too. Protective choker, that is defense up. Trying to remember if there's any point in going up here now. Guess we'll find out. Why not? Oh yeah, no, that's just a way back up. Fine. So, just to quickly show it, the protective choker just gives you more physical defense. Usually don't use items like that myself, but if you do, then more power to you. So, from here, I think it's fairly easy to just get back up to the top, and we'll be able to go take the warp point down to the end again. When we do that, we can get the silver chests, get the goodies which are inside, and basically call it a part. Yeah, I think this is just going to be a bit of a shorter one. I don't feel like it's a good idea to put the grinding stuff at the end of this. It just wouldn't really sit too well, I don't think. So, I don't want to fight this one. Enemies are in a bit of an awkward position. Also, those spirit guys are going to come back in other elemental forms as well. So do note they all do have natural regeneration as well as land-based regen. So yeah. Anyway, our prizes are the Arctic Shield and Bracelet of Reflection. Not exactly the greatest of prizes, if I'm going to be honest with you, but they are here anyway. So the Arctic Shield is the water equivalent of the Gaia Shield we had before, and the Bracelet of Reflection actually is quite okay. This is one I would use more than the Protective Choker. So the Bracelet of Reflection, for some reason I can't say that today, the bracelet increases your magic defense, which is harder to increase than physical defense for your warrior types. So this is something I might actually give to Alice, just so that she can defend herself a little bit better when she covers allies against magic. So yeah. Anyhow, that is the end of the exploration here. So we managed to get through this without having too many fights, which is good, because the fights in this place can be very scary. If you do not have Sanae using her buffs, I forgot where I was going, and look at this! Like, this is freaking boss tier fight right here. I'm almost tempted to do this one just because it's that sort of tough. But look at how vicious this fight is. You can't AoE these guys. I mean, I can probably hit these two with one column attack, but this is just savage. Yeah, because this fire breath, I think all three of these can use fire breath, which is not fun. Resistance really didn't do anything last time, so we'll just try and physical up, I guess. And yeah, there's the barrier, and it cancelled all of my magic attacks. Oh man. And the daze, so it cancelled the other magic attack. Oh man, this is totally a fair fight, right? Yeah, that's just pretty much what this is. It's just, hey, I heard you liked your magic attacks, so we're not gonna let you cast your magic attacks. I mean, if you've got Moko, then you could have more physical presence in your party, so it'd be alright. But I don't know, like, maybe if you had Notori, you could do something here? It still would be a pretty difficult thing to combat, though. What else do I even want to do here? I guess I just want to try and get these attacks off. Oh man, once again, all three and Reimu died. Heck yeah. So, yeah, that kind of happened. I need to go ahead and Killing Bell this turn, I think. I don't even know why I'm keeping this in. It's just mostly because, well, we've already gone through this stuff. Will you stop cancelling all of the friggin'... This is how bad fights in this place can go, and that was utterly terrible too. So, fire is really high. Is that... Does Horus Barrier have fire element to it as well? I actually didn't know this, if that's the case. Yeah, I think we're pretty much screwed here. But, yep, and then they get cancelled again, and they die again. And so yeah, you can see just how bad fights in this place can go. It is definitely not an easy place to go through. There you go. Do not do a fight like that, ever. It is not worth it. Yeah, we already talked about the Mind Flayer. So that's what happens if you die. If you have loser hints turned on, then you can basically get a hint from stuff. So yeah, semi-intentional death is semi-intentional. Well, to be fair, there really wasn't a whole lot I could do about that. I needed to magic cast, and I couldn't magic cast ever because Horus Barrier is a jerk. So yeah, it's one of those fights you can run from, but it's not so fun that way, is it? Really? Let's be honest. So with that done, this has been Gamer Cow playing the Genius of Sapphiros and dying in the Genius of Sapphiros. So next time we shall go ahead and kill everything in the stage and take our revenge on the evil bird. Maybe, probably not, almost definitely not. Take care, guys.